The powerful in a country, the powerful in society, doing great injustice to the powerless, the weak in society. As wife of King Ahab of Samaria, Jezebel is in a high position. She uses her high and influential position to have Naboth, a man of low position in society, killed, so that Ahab, her husband, gets Naboth's vineyard. King Ahab had asked Naboth to give him his vineyard, but Naboth refused to give his vineyard to the king. Jezebel used her position and that of her husband, King Ahab, to have Naboth killed. King Ahab then of Naboth's vineyard. What a great crime, what a great injustice perpetrated by the powerful against the weak, the powerless in society. Brothers and sisters, today's first reading calls us to a self-examination, to see if we might be acting in an unfair way. Unfair in what we say about someone who is not present. Unfair in our business by which we earn an income. Unfair to our domestic worker. Unfair to our employer by not working as hard as we should. Brothers, sisters, today's first reading at this Mass also calls us, as disciples of Jesus, to fight against injustice when we see it. Not to keep quiet about injustice, but to speak against it. But speaking against this with love. Coming now to the Gospel of today at this Mass, today's Gospel is an example of Jesus bringing the law of the Old Testament to completion. In the Old Testament, to take revenge if you were hurt by someone was allowed. Today's Gospel at this Mass, this law of the Old Testament to completion. He says taking revenge is not allowed by him. Taking by him. Jesus' words from today's Gospel are, "You have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth." This was taking revenge. In today's Gospel, Jesus says he does not allow revenge. So, Jesus tells his disciples that they should not repay evil with evil, but should repay evil with good. An example, someone makes a joke I do not like. Jesus says, I should not hit back in some way, for example, by saying something which hurts the person who has made a joke I do not like. Instead, I should forgive the person who has made the joke I don't like. and wish her well. This is an example of not taking revenge, an example of repaying evil with good. Brothers and sisters, in today's gospel, Jesus also says, "Give it to him who begs from you, and do not refuse him who would borrow from you." Give it to him who begs from you. In any city, any town, any village, any community in Zambia, there are many poor people. This tourist city of Livingstone has many poor people, men, women, youth, and children, and we all meet some of them from time to time. Some of them even come to our house, our home, begging. They need money to buy meal, food, and other things. As an individual person, as a family, as a religious community, as a priestly community, we do not have a lot of money. We are struggling to meet our needs, especially in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has a big negative impact on the economy. Still, when someone in the name of the Lord, we need to make an effort to see whether the beggar is in real need or not. If yes, then we see whether we can help in a way we can. May we not each time a beggar approaches us, simply brush aside his or her request without making an assessment of the situation. May we not each time a beggar approaches us, simply brush aside his or her request without really assessing the situation.